welcome onto the stage your country manager for UK, Ireland and Iceland, Bob Parker.
Great to see so many of you here. I can see some of you are getting into it already, which is good. I remember my first success day was May 1994. I think we had 75 people in the room. It was our major event of the year. We put tables out amongst all of the chairs so that we made the place look busier than it actually was, in the hope that if we had a guest there, they might think we were bigger than we actually were back then. And that's a little bit about the way your team will grow. You're here today perhaps for the first time on your own, and it might seem that it's a big uphill task, but I promise you, if you just learn a few skills, get a bit of motivation and a bit of focus, in the next few weeks and months, you'll come back to the success day and half a row will be your team. Then it'll be a row and then it'll be a big block. And that's the way that our business grows. And so I hope if you're here for the first time today that you'll begin to see a vision of what's possible for you using this great vehicle that Rex, Greg and all the boys have provided for us, which for 4 decades has been helping people achieve their goals and dreams. And for those of you who are in the room for the first time, I want to give you a quick flyby of the Forever opportunity. And it is a remarkable opportunity. And when you go on the international events or come to success days like this and look around the room, you see people from the age of 18, which is the youngest that you can be, to become a Forever business owner, through to people in their later years. In fact, one of the most rewarding parts of my job is the recognition side of the business, which, of course, at Success Days, we love recognizing people, giving them a pat on the back, giving them some encouragement, because it takes courage. It takes courage to build any business, and sometimes it can be lonely out there. And Success Days, therefore, are a really important part of our culture. During the course of last year in Iceland, which is one of my marketplaces, we recognised a young couple, actually, who are 19 years of age, still at college there in Reykjavik, and had developed a manager business which was paying them the equivalent of around about £1,000 a month whilst they were still studying. And during their testimonial, they said one of the unique things about their position was that unlike most of their other colleagues in college who were getting into debt, they actually were managing to save money at the same time as build their business. It's a really, really flexible model. At the start of last year in Ireland, I recognised the oldest manager we've ever recognised in Ireland, a lady aged 70 years of age. Came on the stage like a 17-year-old, actually. She was so excited. She'd been around the business for 10 years. It had taken her 10 years to get to manager. And that's the other thing about Forever. You are your own boss. You can set the pace. And this lady had unfortunately suffered very badly with her health over the years. So her business had been very much stop, start, stop, start. But she'd found a few key people, and we were really excited to recognise her at manager, 70 years of age. And she said, you know what, most people who are my age are relying very much on their old age pension and don't have very much money around them. She said, it's transformed my life. It's helped me get healthier, and I now can enjoy my retirement years. She's not the record holder. I recognised a guy aged 97 once. Yeah. His name was Morris. We were in Cheltenham in England, and he told his story of joining the business when he was 95 and a half. And he said to me, Bob, if ever you retell my story, always remember the half, he said, because when you get to 95, it's really important. So I always say 95 and a half. Morris had, if you like, stumbled into our business because he was not as mobile as he used to be and was getting great benefit from our products. And as a result of that, his friends and family had simply said to him, Morris, you're much more sprightly than you were. What are you doing? And he said, I'm drinking this product every day. And so they'd simply said to him, get me some. So he hadn't set out to be a business owner, he'd become a business owner. And again, he told his story of being in much better health and much more financially secure at 97 years of age. So I share these stories, not so that you go hassling all the old age pensioners in Glasgow tomorrow, but to share with you that, we're more alike than different, if that makes sense. We'll be different ages, we'll have come from different backgrounds. The similarity is that we have a strong desire to change part of our life, to be more in control of our income, more in control of our financial future, more in control of our time. And that's the beauty of our opportunity, that you truly are your own boss. You'll never get a letter from Forever Living saying work harder. or you need to do more. When you look in the mirror in the morning, you are looking at the boss. And that's scary some mornings, but massively rewarding when you begin to realize that you truly are in control of your financial future. And I hear so many stories week after week. People email me or phone me to say, brilliant day today, Bob. I've been working my forever business for a few months or a few years, and today was significant because I was able to go into my employer, go into my boss and tell them I couldn't afford them anymore, or they couldn't afford me anymore. They've got that financial freedom. And that's from a business that for 4 decades has delivered this. We were founded in 1978, as you can see from the screen. We're still very much a family business. And for those of us that were in Greece or in Johannesburg earlier on in the year, you will have got a sense of a business with a very clear purpose. Every decision we make, or the board makes, the number one consideration is what impact will that have on our millions of business owners around the world, because we recognize we can only continue to be successful if we're able to help people from all backgrounds and all walks of life achieve what they want to achieve. And for us, it doesn't matter whether what they want to achieve is an extra £200 or £300 a month on a very, very part-time basis to supplement what they're doing at the moment, or whether they want to develop a career income. And again, in this room, very many of us were in Johannesburg for our global event in April, and we witnessed over $24 million being handed out back to business owners. Some people picked up $1 million checks. Can you imagine that? What would you do with it? Handbags, I guess, yeah, shoes. Somebody normally says that. But imagine that. And they've developed that from the very same opportunity that you have, the same form they signed, the same box of products that you work with. They've probably got a very similar set of negative friends and family around them that you've got. Would that be fair? Anybody newish in the business been told that it won't work? That you're crazy being involved with it? That it's a cult? I love your sister's answer to this. Yeah. Emma said to me one day, she said, I'll get so fed up of talking to my ex-police colleagues and them telling me it's a cult. She said, I don't know how to answer it. So she said, I'll simply go back to them and say, well, it might be a cult, but it's a flipping rich cult and you should join. Great answer. Or they might say it's a pyramid scheme. Have you had that? You know, sometimes it's because people don't understand our business. I can promise you our business is a genuine business. You only get rewarded for working hard, and like any other business, it involves somebody buying a product somewhere from us. It's just a different method of distributing products, and it's a different way of being in control of your future. So from small, humble beginnings, when Rex founded the company in 1978, we now span the globe, over 150 markets that you can operate in if you wish. And I observed that in the last few years, very many of you are building international businesses faster than I've ever seen before. And I think that's because we live in an age now of digital technology, Facebook, Skype, all the platforms that we can use to communicate with somebody either in the next street or in the next continent. It's a great place to be. We're stable, we're cash rich, we're debt free. We have billions of dollars worth of assets. One of which, of course, is our beautiful head office here in the UK, Longbridge Manor, which is a Grade 2 listed building. And if ever you're down our part of the world there, around Leamington Spa, call in, because as with all of our buildings, it's very much an open door policy there. We have literally hundreds of visitors every week, people having team meetings there or bringing guests to see our facilities. Over $2.6 billion worth of sales globally. So a significant turnover, but in the scheme of what people spend on health and well-being, we haven't scratched the surface yet. And that's the exciting thing about being sat where you're sat today. Scotland, for example, at the moment, we've had some great success in the last couple of years, which is why we're really committed to supporting you guys in the coming years with more success days, more trainings, more visits from our advisory board. But we still only do half the business in Scotland that we do in Ireland with a similar sized population. So that should be exciting for you guys, that you sat in a room today and you needn't worry that you've missed the boat. I don't think we've even built the boat yet. What you can benefit from is the great deal of expertise that's around you in our leaders, some of whom have been doing this for a very long time. So joining Forever is a little like, I guess, buying a franchise in the sense that you've got a blueprint to run on. And if you follow the guidance of your leaders and you get inspired and excited, you will attract the people that you need to attract, whether they be your customers or whether they be your team members. And in the UK here, about 135 million in retail sales in last year. Again, not scratch the surface when you look at the amount of spend that there is. So we've been trading since '93, and I still think we're the best kept secret in Britain. Because everywhere I go, even in our hometown of Warwick, a few weeks ago, I popped out, pick up a sandwich for my lunch, always wear my pin because it's always a good talking point. A lady said to me, "That's an interesting pin, what's that?" I told her the story of Forever, literally half a mile. Never heard of you. So it's really, really exciting that you can benefit from the history, benefit from the infrastructure, but still lots and lots of people not heard of us. This is our office on the screen now. So we're riding some really powerful trends. We're riding a trend of people wanting to look good and feel good, an aging population that wants to stay healthy. And so the marketplace for our type of products grows year on year as people are prepared to invest in their own health. And I believe now people have a greater understanding of the things that influence their health. Would that be fair? We know we should take exercise and drink water and sleep and not smoke and not drink too much alcohol. It's true. And that investment in our health is what drives our business. It's one of the most powerful trends that we've seen. Health, nutrition, personal well-being. And every year we reinvest millions of dollars of our profits into the development of new products. So as business owners, we've always got new products coming down the line that we can share with our business owners. And in Greece, the global leadership team were told about the new products that are coming out. We can't tell you, it's a secret, but I can promise you in Dubai next year we're launching a range of products which will really open up new marketplaces for you. So it's the right place, the right time, huge potential, both here in Scotland, across the UK, and all around Europe for you to develop a significant business for yourselves. We're world leaders in the development of products from the aloe vera plant and also from the beehive. The vast majority of our products are made by us. We're vertically integrated. We own and control every stage of the process, so we know exactly what goes into our products. That makes us pretty unique in our industry, actually. Very many other companies, white label products, we've never done that. We've always wanted to control the whole process. And I think the biggest statement that we make about our product, and we've made this statement for 40 years, is that we have an unconditional money-back guarantee. And when you're first starting in this business, that can be really, really comforting to know that if you do introduce products to friends, family, people in your community, if they don't like that product, they can bring it back, even the empty container, and we give them a full refund. And across the UK, we get less than half of 1% that comes back under the guarantee. What we get more frequently is people coming back saying, "Can you get me more of that product? And by the way, my auntie, uncle, wife, boyfriend would also like some." And that's the way that the business works, by word of mouth. And it works particularly well if you become a product of the product. Hecklers. Hecklers in the audience. It's true, you need to be a product of the product. I can honestly, hand on heart, say that even if I wasn't involved with Forever, which I can never imagine, I would still want to take very many of our products every day because they simply make you feel better. And that's a powerful business to be in when your team and your customers develop a strong emotional attachment to your product, and it's a consumable product, and that's why our business works. The next trend is the distribution method that we use. There are more and more people now out there that are fed up with the rat race. They're fed up with the commute. They're fed up with being asked to work longer hours for the same money. They're fed up of the restrictions that being employed has. And so we've seen over the last 5 years in particular, more and more people recognizing that we have a really flexible business model that they can start to build without compromising what they do at the moment. And I would say that's true of very many of our business owners. They start on a part-time basis, finding a few hours each week to start developing their forever business. And then as that business grows, they can commit more time to it. We've seen a younger generation get involved in our business in the last few years. Recently, in the last couple of years, in my role on the Direct Selling Association, we've visited many universities to share with the students there about a flexible way of building a business for themselves. And I've been really encouraged that very many of them recognize that they don't want to be in the same place that perhaps their parents were in with the pressure of working for somebody else. They want to be entrepreneurial, and that's been reflected most definitely in our business. It's a business without borders. We invest heavily in support and training, days like today, where you can get encouragement from your peers. You'll see very many people across the States today who were sat where you were sat not so long ago, thinking, will this work for me? Can I do this? They had the courage to step outside their comfort zone and simply share their story and our story with everybody that they met. So trainings are a really, really significant, important part of learning your trade, in the same way as if you joined or changed your career, there would be a learning process. It's exactly the same with Forever. And you've got access to stacks and stacks of materials online, in your upline, and at days like this. And around the country now, we probably have 50 or 60 locations in which we're running regular meetings. And that can be good if you're close to one of those locations, or it can be good if you have friends, family, or prospects near one of those locations, that there's an infrastructure of support. Helping us with that support, we've got an advisory board. Many of them have been with us for very many years. They're all successful business owners in their own right. They help us with advice on product development. They help us with advice on market penetration. They're also involved with trainings for very many of our business owners. On the far left there, you'll see Dr. Peter Atherton, our resident GP, who for very many years was a conventional doctor and then went on a journey of discovery, because he began to realize that natural products have a key role to play in the management of health. David Urch is our resident vet. I'm very pleased to tell you that David now has just got a new training program that he's about to launch. So for those of you that have an interest in the animal world, David can help you develop that. Again, from a conventional veterinary background, David's helped us immensely, opening up a really, really powerful market in the horse world. He's a clever guy, because he always said to me, horses will be much better than humans. They'll never complain about the taste. They'll never ask for their money back or anything like that. And he's right. We haven't had a single letter from a horse asking for their money back. Clever guy. Next we have Dawn, and very many of you have asked me about Dawn because she's not been well lately. She has got to have another procedure in the hospital in the next few weeks, but they're confident that they're going to be able to help her. She's got a racing heart, and she asked me to say hi to all of you that have asked about her, and just to tell you that she will be back in action in the new year. Dawn's our skincare and nutritional specialist. And then on the far right we have Louise Riley, who has helped us with our FIT program and our weight loss program, and that now forms about 25% of our business is in the weight loss and the sport arena. It's been one of the most rapidly growing product sections that we've seen for very many years. So you have at your disposal lots and lots of experts to help you. The next group are our UK Global Leadership Team, and to qualify for this last year, you've had to be a Global Leadership Team member as well. That means you've developed a business that turns over at least 7,500 case credits in a year, and I think we've just got one in the room today. Claire, stand up, Claire. Show everybody who you are. You're going to hear from Claire later on. Probably close to, no, actually I think it's probably over half of the global leadership team comes from the UK, which I think is a testament to the success of our business. And we meet, I say we, me and the head office team meet with our GLT 3-4 times a year, and they've been instrumental in helping us develop the right tools, the right materials to help all of the new people getting started. And I guess that's one of the unique features of Forever. There's very much a sharing mentality amongst our leadership team. It isn't about, I'm going to keep everything to myself. Everybody shares the same tools, the same methodology, and that means that more and more people can be successful. We've also got around the country, in different parts of the country, area development directors. Not every part of the country, but very many are covered by an ADD who will have a successful business in their own right. And they're tasked in that area with putting on opportunity meetings, with putting on trainings, with putting on social events. So again, if you're sponsoring somebody in another part of the country, it's worth finding out if there's an ADD there that could help you on the ground. And here in Scotland, we've also got a leadership team. We met with them yesterday. And again, part of being part of the global leadership team and the Scottish leadership team is to share best practice and to help us steer the direction of the Scottish business. So if you're part of the leadership committee for Scotland, I'd love you to stand so that the audience can see who you are. Thank you for your contribution to what we do here. So to be part of the leadership team for next year, we concluded yesterday that you'll need to be one of the top 10 FBOs in Scotland or have picked up a chairman's bonus check. And with all of our leadership teams, we always want to make sure that the people on those teams are actively still building a business. And I say that because, of course, one of the goals of building your own business is often that you can retire to the beach plan. And we have very, very many FBOs who've been with us long periods of time who have done exactly that. But our leadership teams are always made up of people who are still there actively developing their business. And the final group is our VIPs. And to be a VIP, you need to be an Eagle manager. So those of you who just came from Greece, or you need to be a chairman's bonus qualifier. And again, during the course of the year, we have at least one VIP event that everybody comes to, and we have a regular dialogue with all of the VIPs, so that if you're a VIP, we like to try and make sure you know what's happening in Forever before we make a bigger announcement. So if you're a Forever VIP, if you'd like to stand too, let's recognise them. Thank you, guys. If there's what you want to do. Lots of you. So I hope if you're new in the room today, you begin to see that here is an opportunity that could help you change your circumstances and along the way help you change the circumstances for the better of lots of your friends, family, colleagues and people perhaps that you're yet to meet. And I do believe that it's a business that's absolutely in the right place at the right time, riding some really, really powerful trends. And sometimes, you know, we see people achieving things in really, really short periods of time. Other times it takes them a little longer. And either is fine. It's always good not to compare yourself to others, but be inspired by others. And that would be my message to you. Just begin to see a vision of what's possible for you. Just begin to dream again, perhaps. I think one of the biggest challenges we face when we start our Forever business is to actually start to dream again, to believe that it's possible. We've been conditioned by our circumstances, and sometimes it's hard to break that conditioning. So I'd encourage you, if you're starting your Forever journey, to spend some time writing down what you'd like your life to look like, setting yourself some goals. If you have kids, you'll know that they're big dreamers, aren't they? And yet, when we become adults, we sometimes lose that ability to believe that it could be different. And I hope that today you begin to get that vision. So if you're here for the first time, once again, welcome to Forever, and I hope you have a fantastic day with us. I hope that's given you a little insight into what we're all about.